that. Alright, I think we're all good now. Put this over here. Alright. So this is what I've been working on. Just making different variations of it, to be honest with you. It'll be interesting to see how well this runs while I'm streaming. But we'll just hop right in. Alright, where am I at right now? I think this is the last one I was working on. And I forget exactly what I was doing. Aha! I was adding the text along the side with this node. And I downloaded a... Let's see what that actually looks like on its own. Oh geez, what happened? Hello? I just go into this project and it's like so big. Alright, so I'm just curious what this looks like. Let's go into... Okay, so... Doesn't look bad, I can use that. Yeah, I mean, while I'm working, I don't really keep things very neat and tidy while I'm trying to figure out. I'm just like, oh, I want blur there, and I want to do this. I should become a little more neat with it, but I've been just kind of, it starts off with, okay, I'll make this nice and neat, right? Over here, this aspect of it. And then it went from that to, okay, now let's add on some other stuff, and then let's add some more, and then I gotta remove stuff, because see, like I have nodes just like sitting here not even connected to anything. But that's definitely something that I need to work on getting better at. Okay, so if I take this, and on this node here, let's see how this would actually look. Okay, that obviously looks horrible. Let's make this a little smaller. And then if we were to rotate that, that's not really going to be eligible. You're not going to be able to read that. I also don't want it to be that clean. Maybe a little less. Is Fusion easy to learn? I didn't learn Fusion by itself without having other knowledge. So I used After Effects, and there's a lot of things that are similar. There's obviously a bunch that isn't similar, but understanding how those tools work and how you can take one tool and combine it with another tool, and then, you know, affect the image, and then have that affect another tool. In After Effects, it's a little different, but as long as you understand that, where like one tool isn't going to give you your whole thing. Because I remember when I was first starting and I was like using plugins and stuff, and it was like, oh, this one plugin does all of this. Well, in tools like this, you have to make all of those little aspects. Hey, yeah, I'm finally streaming, right? But I don't think that it's difficult. I would say have an idea of what it is specifically that you want to create, and take little steps to create different aspects of whatever the overall image is that you're looking to create. But I don't think it's difficult. There is a bit of a learning curve with any type of, well, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing compositing or motion graphics or whatever, there is a little bit of a learning curve. That's for sure. I don't want to, tell you that there isn't. From Europe, hope all is well where you are in Europe. Yeah. It just takes a little bit to like understand which tools you should actually put time into understanding what exactly they do. And there's a lot of tools which, depending on what you're doing, so if you're doing a lot of like motion graphics, will you really use a lot of the particles? Possibly not, depending on what type of motion graphics you do. But they're all there. I don't know. I would say just learn a little bit and try to do like very simple things at the beginning. I have a couple of like beginner guides on doing like titles and stuff like that. Germany. Well, you're in good hands then. I'm hoping that soon I can, you're probably going to hear this a lot from me because I've just got done doing a whole course, but I'm hoping to do a Fusion course soon. But the Fusion course and the curriculum that I have to teach to get Fusion certified isn't so much the stuff that you typically see on my YouTube channel, because the stuff you see on my YouTube channel is more like motion graphic stuff, and the certifications for Fusion is more composite, on the compositing side, because that's what this tool is used for in most use cases. But I kind of use it for motion graphics and creating stuff. Yeah, it'll be a little bit, because it takes me about a week to film them, and then another week to edit them, and then, you know, a half a week until I can get everything on the website and get it to look half decent. Well, it depends on what do you mean by animate stuff, because depending on what specific things you're looking to do, it could be an uphill battle, right? Because there are tools out there. Like, don't get me wrong, having DaVinci Resolve for free and you know, being able to use Fusion, it's free. And then if you want to get the other tools where you could have like render nodes and stuff like that, that's in the studio realm of Fusion. But you're recreating the wheel on depending on what type of animation stuff you're doing. If you want to do like puppeting and stuff like that, you're kind of like, I would kind of recommend other tools, as well as if you're animating. I don't know what else you'd be animating. There's a lot of potential stuff to animate, but the first thing that came to mind is like the little like cartoon characters and stuff like that. All right, so what I've been doing here is along this film strip, in between the sprocket holes, I've been adding in, I guess I should just go to where the frames are. And once they render, I've been adding like little elements like that, right? And so now I'm adding in, I want to add in barcodes. So it is a different font, and I'm just going to use the same. But the only thing that kind of sucks is I want to cut off this bottom that actually says what each piece of the barcode is. And so I'm just going to connect this up, and we will bring it over here. And let's actually switch this up. So right there was my last. So I'll just come in a little bit, add a keyframe of nothing. And then the next frame is going to be a bunch of stuff. And we'll come back to the old one. Keyframe, whoa. We'll come up here and we'll switch this to barcode font. Let's actually see what this looks like. Okay. So the other thing that I'm gonna need to do is reduce this blur. And actually, No, we're not even going to do it like that. I'm just going to act like I didn't do all of this. Turn all of this off. Because, yeah, there's like too much stuff here that I have to do. So I'm going to connect that up. And then I'm going to grab another blur. We're not going to use a transform because I don't need to like stretch this. It's already looking fine, but I do want to grab this color. And I didn't even grab it. If anyone has questions about DaVinci Resolve Fusion, I'm more than happy to ask. I was thinking of doing another, why am I not seeing this? Hello? Alright, we're gonna purge. Because I don't know why I'm not seeing anything. Isn't this supposed to be like right in the middle of the screen? Hello? Okay. Okay. So like, why was I not seeing? Oh, that's why. Alright. Jeez, Justin. Alright. So, had the mask in the wrong area. Alright, so let's first remove the mask because I need to get this all in the right spot. And I'm going to use a dissolve node because you can go from one source to the other source, right? And it won't actually do a dissolve, it's just going to flip from source to source over one frame. Alright, and then we'll view that, and we're going to drop that way down. And we're skipping that song. Alright, so we'll get a little bit like that, and then we'll grab our mask. We'll bring our mask over as well, and we're going to grab our little piece. Alright, so now we got a barcode. And I don't actually know what these barcodes look like. Can I just do a gap and then some more? Great, I can. Fantastic. Okay. Maybe a little less on the size. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we have to have a little bit of a blur. What am I doing today? I am making mats. So it'll be like a rendered out element. I can show you here in a little, but it's just a rendered out element that you can like put over your film if you're trying to give, you know, a feeling of it being old. It's not really real in like the world of film and how you would actually see it, but it kind of gives that vibe, and it seems like it's a thing that people use often, so I'm just going to create some. Alright, so now I have some barcodes. Now obviously the barcodes are only going to be up for a little bit. Let me see where this stuff ends. So we're right into there. So let's bring it over here. So what I'm going to do here, and this is like a little trick that I like to do, is we obviously have the background and the foreground. So we have background, foreground, so I can feed this, right? So if I'm looking at, so this is this node here, and it's feeding all of this stuff in. And so on the background, it's over here. When I switch it over to foreground, it's going to show this, right? And now I can switch these in between subframes. You don't have to do it if you are working with footage that you're going to render out, but you can do subframe keyframes. So I will just do that here. This is where I want that particular barcode to show up. So I'll keyframe here and then just go to 1, which is obviously a portion of the subframe. So now it'll be off over here once it renders everything, right? So we'll get all the other stuff from that other node, right? So that's this stuff here that's showing up. And then once it gets to here, it will then show this stuff of the node, right? And so obviously the way that all of this is working out, I only really want this to be on one. So I'm actually going to add it to 2 frames. So in any window that you have, like all of these little areas, you can do math in them. So that's all I did, right? So I just clicked in there and then I just hit plus like 2, right? And then when you hit enter, it'll do the math. Just a little tip there. And then so once I'm done here, I will keyframe again and then go to the 0.1 and then done. So then we'll lose this stuff that we were working on, right? And so now what I can do is I can just pick a random area, because like a lot of this is just super random where stuff's written on film. And I'll just add another one on there in a completely different area. And I actually, you know what? Let me go back and I will keyframe and go to the next keyframe and then add something in, right? Fantastic. So now over those keyframes, that's where it'll switch. I can actually come up here and maybe put something up here as well when there isn't something from this particular node. It looks like there isn't really much here. There has to be stuff in here somewhere. All right, whatever. I'll just add it right here too. I'm just going to add a keyframe there, then come back up to the beginning somewhere. It's one thing that I like about doing stuff like this is it can be so random because you're trying to make it feel organic, like like it's just kind of like chaos. And so I'll have that there. I'm also going to move the position of this one. So I want to save its old position, so I'm just going to keyframe like that and then come back one frame. I'll go down, keyframe, and then after. And I completely screwed that up. Where is this at? All right, so I'll add that on. How many subframes are available? Well, it depends on how inaccurate you want to get. I'll be completely honest, I don't know, but there is... how do you... I forget how to exactly see. That's a great question. Let me see something here. Maybe it's... just double digit? Alright, so it seems like it's just in double digit. So 100. Okay, so where was I? Up here. Alright. So now up here, where is this? Okay, so it is there, but it also looked like there was a move in there. Why did I don't know what I'm doing. Can you tell? All right, we're gonna keep that off, not have it anywhere near. I'm so confused. I thought I turned it on here. Oh, I got sidetracked and now I don't remember what I was doing. All right, so why are we moving? So we moved down. Why are there 3 frames? What else is keyframed in here? Okay, so the word's keyframed in here. So somewhere... There's nothing over there. All right. Jeez. So what we'll do is I just want to see this node that I'm working on. We're going to remove all those. Let's see when something pops up here. What is going on screen. I don't see anything in the beginning here. Background. Okay, that's the right one. Alright, so there is some stuff in here. Is it properly being showed? Okay, cool. Yeah, the math stuff, that's a lot of it is pretty simple math. I mean, it's not super difficult. You can get complicated. All right, so where does it move up? It moves up right here. Okay, great. So we'll go forward and back. Okay. So there's my one frame of my barcode. Okay. Jeez. That was a little much. And then I change it up here as well, right? Yeah. So we'll add it in here again. All right, now it's up. And then we have to add in some more of the texts. So and why was the font changed? What was the last thing that was in here? $100R. Why is that on that font? Why is all of this stuff on the wrong font? Okay. So once that's gone, then let's go back. Oh gosh, I don't even remember what the font was that I was using. I think this is what we're using. Yep. Okay. Oh, there's one thing I was forgetting. The spacing that I was using. All right. Looking much better. I mean, that kind of looks like the sprocket chopped it off, right? All right. So then in between here, is this still here? It sure is. All right, and then what I need is I've been using these like two little arrows. So I'm gonna use this arrow next. We're gonna put it here. But then for this, I'm gonna switch up. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. It's up there for such a short period of time. one frame. Okay. So then the real question is, do we have the corners this rounded, or do we square them off a bit? Because they're normally squared off a bit more. I don't think I have the other film in here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So this is, oh, can I get like a, how do I make my phone have like a, hold on a second, I got an idea. Okay, can I do that? Right, that will kind of work, right? Let me put this over it. Perfect. Okay. So, this will be interesting to try to hold up here. Oh man, I wish my phone like wasn't. This isn't gonna work. I was so hopeful. Okay. This is not gonna work. All right, screw it. Anyways, the corners aren't that rounded. I was gonna show you with an actual piece of film that was gonna be backlit by my phone, but every time I touch my screen, the white background that I was using goes away. Maybe we make two. We'll make one that doesn't have, that's like this, and then one with the corners. So I will just duplicate it and then go into this one and have this one without the corners. Now I have to figure out where in the world it actually is in here. And this is the part where people will make fun of me and say, come on, man. All right, so what am I grabbing? Okay, so I grabbed that initially. All right, see this stuff? Not even, shouldn't even be here. Get out of here. Get this out of here. All this stuff, get that out of here. This stuff, not even connected to anything. I don't know about this down here. I don't think any of this is connected to anything. Oh, this is for the other thing that I had on the other one. Nope, don't need. Oh man, did I just break something? I sure did. Okay, we're bringing some of that back. Okay, so here it is. All right. So we'll view it there. And then, how much do we reduce this by? Let's try 0.5. That's looking maybe a little bit better. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like 2.5. Give us a little stronger corners. I think that is actually good. I think that will work, right? And then everything else should have followed that, right? So this edge follows, yep. Blur bit, everything follows all the way up to the displace. Yep. Okay, so there's that. All right, so I have my two different versions, and then I'm going to the overlay color on here. I'm going to make a couple different versions with different overlay colors. So now let me, give me one sec here. Let me pull up some other pictures of film that I have. I'm going to have a whole video on like how I built all of this. Kind of. Site. How's everyone's day going so far? I'm guessing that some people, well, if you're in Europe, or on the East Coast of the US, your day is pretty much done. And the weekend's about to start. West Coast, you guys got a couple hours still. I'm happy that you're enthusiastic about seeing it. Because I definitely needed to start doing some stuff that was a little different than what I was previously doing. Okay, where are all my pictures? So I think these are my pictures. All right, so let's see. Okay, so I took pictures of a bunch of film. So we had ideas, right? And this was a whole process to get it backlit so I could actually take photos of them. So all I'm really doing, like, okay, so there's like the Dolby sound up here. I'm not really concerned with that. I mean, I guess I could kind of make that, but then we have like the, I think that's referred to as optical sound. Like, I'm not really concerned with that. I'm just concerned with the sprocket holes and then the little bit of text that's throughout the majority of them. Let's see what else we got. And so this was what we were just working with, right? And so that's kind of like what I grabbed, and we can see like the corners aren't so rounded. So I'm going to give a bunch of different variations and options. And you know, once this is all completed, it will all be on the site for anyone that has taken advantage of the Pro membership and everything that's on there. So we have just like all of this stuff I'm going to be recreating. When it comes to 70mm, this is going to be kind of interesting to recreate, but I think I'm just going to like bring this in, and then just however many sprocket holes there are, they're just going to be very small across the top, because if I make them, you know, if I have the whole piece of film, it's, you know, your picture is going to be so small. So I'll come up with a couple of different ideas. All right, so what am I doing next? I want to do 35 next. So that's this. So where were my... Maybe instead of list view, let's go to icon view. How do I make fancy text pop-ins? Fancy text pop-ins. Fancy text pop-ins. Not entirely sure what that means. You just want text to like pop in. So just like a zoom. I mean, I can show you that in like 2 seconds. All right, let me... So you have your text, right? Like by letter pop in instead of whole word. Oh, by letter pop in. Even easier. I have a video. It's kind of older, but I'll show you. So we have our text, right? And I'm guessing you're doing this in Fusion, right? Because you might have other things going on in Fusion, but you want to do letter by letter, and you don't want to make a bajillion letters, or excuse me, nodes. So this is how you do it. Over here in your text field, you're going to right click, and this video will be up so you can rewatch it again, or you can go back because I have the DVR option on. But from here, you're going to go into follower. Follower is going to add a modifier onto this area, right? So we see the whole keyframe, right? That just means that there's an animation associated with this, and that's going to be the follower modifier. We come up here, and we have the option to pick a delay, right? And then we can say how we want the order to go, left to right, right to left, right? So we put in a delay, and that's going to be by frames. Unless you have, no, yeah, it's always going to be by frames. And then when you come over, so like let's say we want to go letter by letter, we pick an area, right? We want it to start off as 0. And then we want the first letter to finish its animation. Let me click on it so I can actually see his keyframes. We want the animation to end in, I don't know, let's do 5, right? So we can come in here and we go 5. We want the animation to end here. And so then we would have it go back to its normal, right? And so you can see what it's already doing. Now, if you want this like pop-in effect, where it kind of goes over its location or its allowed size, open up the spline. In here we have the text plus, and then we have that follower modifier, and then we're modifying, or we're adjusting the size value. So we can grab this last one. We can add a handle on there by hitting F, which is referred to as flatten, and then we can just overshoot it a bit, right? Now with this, it's going to end and it's going to stop, so there's not going to be any bounce back. So what I would say is go down a couple of frames, add in another keyframe, so then when we adjust this, we can adjust the other side too, right? Like that. Let me just move it down a little bit. So now, we have it go, boom. I think that's what you want, right? There you go. That is my 15 seconds of tutorial for the day. All right, back to what we were doing. We are grabbing some of the 35. I can't even tell what that is. Is that a train? I think it is. I think that is a train. Okay, so now we will be opening up my editing tool of choice, and it says that there is an update. And so we will bring this in, and first off, I need to straighten this out a little bit. It's a little crooked. All right. Alrighty. Is this the only thing I took? Because this shit's so dark. It's looking that way. Alright, whatever. Alright, let me save this quick. What? Why did it save in there? Okay. Let's go back to our crazy timeline. And I think, do I want to, I don't even know what this one's for. I think I'm just gonna go into this particular one. It's a bit of a mess, but. All right, so we'll bring that guy in, right? We'll take a look at it. All right, well, we're off to the races with the wrong resolution to begin with, which sucks. So let's redo this whole resolution situation. All right, hold on a second. How many sprocket holes are in 1, 2, 3, 4? So that's all I have to be concerned with. It's just those 4 holes. Don't have to be concerned with anything else. And have them relatively in the middle. Something like that. That's all we're really concerned with, is just those holes. Okay. So now, can I like get this to go into all of this? I doubt it. Okay, we're gonna bring this down, make it smaller. Bring it in. Perfect. All right. So now it's going the wrong way. So we come over here and we flip it. And there we go. Now we have our holes. So then next, we're going to do a couple of different things. One, I'm just going to add this on top. Go like that. Take this, increase it a little bit so that we see those. All right, so now that we've done that, I think I'll just be able to take this and put it right into all the stuff I've been working on, which will be awesome. So I think I can actually just take it from here, right? Where am I? So I can keep all of the frame stuff. Oh my gosh. I know everyone's gonna be yelling at me like, you should be doing something a little bit better. All right. How far back do we have to go, dang it? Perfect. That's all the further we had to go. Look at that. Amazing. Now we can just go... Oh, wait. That's a bitmap. Damn it. We don't want any of this stuff. Get out of here. Come on. Can I not, like, spell? Perfect. All right. Perfect. That's right in. And boom, we're done, right? Oh no. Oh no. It's looking like it went the wrong way. Invert. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? What happened? Why didn't it work? Oh wait, it did. Yay! Look at that. Now I have all of my little shimmering stuff all there. Although I don't like how it looks, which means that... Oh, wait. When I add it on, like that, it doesn't look so bad. All right, it is a little bit away, but who's gonna like zoom in that far? I think there's a displacement that's a little like a little crazy. Because my road is fine. I don't know why I went into a blur into a sharpen, but you know. That's what happens when you're working on a project at 4 in the morning. All right. There's another blur just hanging out. And they say to name all of your nodes. Take me 4 times the amount of time to create anything in life if I had to name all my nodes. Alright, so there is my displace. Fantastic. Alright, I double erode it. Not sure what I was going for there. I think the double erode is what's it's the displace plus it's really just the displace, let's be honest. If I bring this over here, I think I can do that, right? Yeah. And now I look at it, yeah, it's right on the edge, you see? So it is just a displace. So I think I'll just leave it like that and call it a day. Sometimes there's a reason to do it though. Sometimes. I will say that. There sometimes is. Because if you can blur stuff to the point where now sometimes. I was just thinking of like, maybe I should sit here and explain it, but it's not even worth it. Okay, so that went over pretty well, kinda. So now I just have to add, all of my text and stuff. I'll need to redo all of that. Is it remotely in the right spot? Okay, so it all looks all right. It being the same stuff probably isn't a good call, but it's at least kind of there. So what can I do? I want to find like more little icons and shapes and stuff. Let's use like degrees. And we'll go somewhere in. Or on background. Cool. This looks like a great spot to add something, right? So I can put in here like 45 degrees. Look at that. Looks amazing. Brilliant. Then we'll erase it because it's only there for 1 frame. And then like, yeah, towards the end we'll add something else in. Wait, does this stay on? Oh no. That's not good. So it's on for 1 frame and then it's gone. And then we're gonna do another degrees and I don't know, we'll just do another 45, but we'll change its position. All right, so we'll come back and we'll keyframe and we'll come in and we'll keyframe, but then we'll like bring it down here. Ooh, I have another idea too. So if I, that wasn't my idea. Let's bring that back down. Okay. The other thing that I can do is I can also add in another, because I don't want to mess with all the keyframes since I, worked hard on that. I can also bring this up. Oh, not that way. We can go into here, and because the way I have everything set up, I have this wireless node here, which is grabbing a mat off of an earlier area. It will also cut off like text and stuff, which kind of gives it like a organic like feel. Although I don't know if like everything gets cut off by that, but creative choice. And so I'm going to keep it that way. Okay. So we're looking pretty good on that. I think that was pretty simple. I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought it was going to be a little tougher. Although I should probably add. The other thing that I want to do too, and I'll have to take some pictures, is I need to get like plastic. I bought acrylic. It's somewhere. And, oh, here it is. So I have just like acrylic sheets, and I want to like scratch them so then I can get like a scratch texture, and I want to put it over like portions of the shot, or excuse me, over the film. Now I could, when I render these out, I could put the scratches over the actual frame, but I don't think people really be into that. So I'm just gonna put like scratches over here. That could also, I can also use the similar technique where I have, so like this is supposed to be like when you scan it, if there's like a reflection off of that like sharp edge, it'll like shine back. So that's kind of what that's mimicking there. But I can do that with all of the scratches too. So that was the other idea. I can't do that right now because I'm, yeah, kind of stuck in this room with the camera and everything else. But yeah, that was another idea that I was thinking of doing. Anyone have any questions? I've been almost at this for an hour. I'm happy that I just did that and that I added on new. Oh, I guess I didn't really show like what this actually looks like, so I can quickly show that before I get out of here. So if I come over here, and so the first one that I did, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna change this up a bit, but since I already made it, I'm just going to render it out. Oh, this is the bad one because it has the darkness, and I don't like that. I do have a better version of the same thing. Maybe it's this one? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay. So get out of here, and we'll add you on, and let's remove the in and out points. So we will just add an in point there and an out point there. Full screen. So this was the one, right? That's like one idea that I had. I'm gonna do this with this red bar, but I'm gonna take all of this highlight off of here and just keep it all like this really dark red and have it over here, right? So that's one idea. Oh, that's one that I completed. And then here's the other one. This is the one that we were just kind of like looking at, but we didn't add on like that the text isn't here yet. And I want to add like some other stuff on it to kind of give it same sort of feel like this. You know what I mean? Like the dirt and all, like this does have the dirt. If you look across the top, like there are like little specks of dirt and stuff. But I just need to add a little bit more. And I was playing around with this color. I don't know if that's right or if I should use, on my website, I have light leaks. I might just use like more organic light leaks because I made those like light leak things in Fusion. If I spent more time, they'd probably look a little bit better, but maybe a slower light leak, maybe something, I don't know. But I need to like change the colors and stuff a bit, but yeah, so that's what I've been working on. But with that being said, I think I am going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. What in the world just happened? I'm supposed to stay within here. Yeah. So I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. What will be coming up soon? I'm not sure. Well, the videos on me going through the whole process of coming up with these, just like I don't know. I record it while I was doing all of them, so there will be that. Not really sure on content for next week, but we'll see. Maybe I'll stream again. But yeah. That being said, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all then. Peace, guys.